Hey everybody, I think I'm live here. It is a very blustery day here in Western New York. I'm Verna Mullen from Stampin' Notes and welcome to my studio. This week we've been talking about using up that designer series paper that we all have sitting around right now, especially the holiday designer series paper. And I had a few projects that I've already shared this week. We shared these cute little gift bags that have the card attached to them. And also, I showed how to make that, and you can find the replay for that on my YouTube channel. This cute little box that holds candy or whatever, socks, any kind of a little smaller treat. They make a really nice little gift or stocking stuffer. So today I have some gorgeous large snowflakes I want to show you how to make. And these are with the um, Elegant Pines Snowflake Designer Series paper. And these are large. They're like 11 by 11 inches. So pretty big. Also, today is Thursday, December 11th, and don't forget it's free shipping. There's today and tomorrow on $75 or more in products. So that is a great deal going on right now with Stampin' Up. And I'm going to go to my project view here. Let's see if we can do that gracefully without a mess. I'm going to move my computer back. And let's move the phone in here and go to this scene. Bear with me a minute here. Transition that. Okay, so there's a couple of the snowflakes. I'm going to straighten out my camera. And if you're on right now, say hi. Tell me where you're from. I always love to know that. And let's see what we've got here. So I'm going to straighten my phone this way. And so here are a couple of the large snowflakes that I've done. And I had done for a crafting group, an exclusive group, some small snowflakes that was 6-inch designer series paper. And these are using one sheet of 12 by 12 designer series paper. There's that one, and here's this one here. And then this is one of the small ones I did with the 6x6 designer series paper here. So they're really cute. These smaller ones would be great for gift tag or just decorating the tree, an ornament, anything like that. So I'm going to show you, and I will have a tutorial for sale for these. It won't cost that much on my blog. And we're going to start with how to make one of these really large snowflakes. So as I said, I'm using the Delicate Pines Snowflakes Designer Series paper. And I'm going to start with a 12 by 12 inch sheet. And I've already cut my sheet into 12 1-inch strips. So you're going to use your paper trimmer and cut this into 12 1-inch strips all the way across. All right. And so I'm going to bring in 6 of those strips right here. And I have a template that I've made from, this is the backing that comes with our designer series paper. So you can just use that, or you could use 12 by 12 inch sheet of paper if you wanted to. And this is to line up, just so I know I've got the strips lined up straight. It's helpful to have a template for that. Okay. And I'm just going to put a little glue dot right here in the center. Hi, Susie from Texas. Nice to have you on there. All right, glue dot. I'm just going to put a glue dot, or you could use Seal Plus right in the center to hold your main strip down. And we'll get a little bit of stickiness off that, so it won't be hard to remove the snowflake. And if you're on, say hi. Tell me where you're from. Okay. Now, whichever color you want to be your main color, you're going to start with here and across here. So on this, you can see I had started with this green strip. Now, I normally would probably start with a light, but I wanted to see what this one would look like. So we're going to use the light side. So I'm going to take my first strip here. I'm going to line it up right on that center vertical line like that. And that little glue dot's just holding it in place. And I have marked this at 6 inches, the top and bottom, and then 6 inches on each side. So it should be pretty even. I'm going to take just a little dab of glue. That's a little much, but it'll be okay. I'm going to take my other strip here, another one, and line it up straight across like that. All right. Now we're going to do 2 strips, one on each side of our center strip, and we're going to use the opposite pattern. So when you pick your designer series paper to use, you really need to pick a sheet that has pretty dark on one side and pretty light on the other. So I really love this pattern here, but I didn't use it because look how dark the other side is. So you wouldn't get a lot of contrast with your snowflake. All right, so this is going over here, or over this strip, and we're going to place this on the side about 1/8 of an inch away, going over our long horizontal strip. So I'm just going to add some little glue, a little dot of glue here. I'm going to add a little dot of glue there because we're going to add one to each side. And so I'm going to line this up about 1/8 of an inch away. And you don't have to be exact. And then we're going to put one on the other side of it. Right about like that. So you can see we've got a strip going over, a strip under, and strip over. So that's the idea of this. You want to do it every other under, over, under, over. Okay. So we're going to do this 2 strips on either side of this one. And we want to do the opposite color of this. So we're going to use this. And I'm just going to, I want this strip, because this strip, this strip is over. So we want this strip to be under that middle one. Like that. All right, so you can see it's going over, under, over on those 3 strips in the center there. So first I'm going to add a little dot of glue right here. Then I'm going to lift this up and just add a dot here and a dot right here. Oh, the dog is down here and she's not supposed to be. Hello, honey. Okay, so now we're going to do the one on the other side right here. Here, go with Grandpa. Go. Go with Grandpa. Good girl.
Treat. Let's get a treat. Come on.
Okay, so we want this one to go under our lower strip right here. Our lower middle one. Like that. And we're just going to come in and add our dots of glue. So we'll add one right here. And we'll add one there. And right here. Okay, so here is how, this is what you need. We have everything we need here to make one side of our snowflake. Now I'm going to turn it this way so I've got a V pattern here. All right. I'm going to lift up this strip on the right like this. I'm going to turn it over like this. So you're lifting it up, turn it towards the center, and I'm going to add glue right on the end. I'm going to pick the one up opposite, do the same thing. Turn it towards the center, and that's going to line it up so it layers. The edges are the same. And I've got, usually I will hold it, but because I'm on doing a live, I've got these little clothespins. I'm just gonna put that there. So we're not gonna turn it to the next V here. Hi, Lisa. You will recognize this. And we're going to lift this up, turn it over like that, and lay this one on top of it like that. I'm going to add a clothespin here to hold that in place while I go around. I'll add it this way. Here's the next V shape. There's going to be 4 of these on each side of the snowflake. Turning that in and adding our adhesive. I know they are fun to make. They're relaxing to make, actually. And Lisa made a garland from them. It was really, really cute. We'll hold that one for a few minutes, and this is the last one. So we're gonna add some adhesive here. And they're a great way to use up your designer series paper. Make a nice gift. These large ones are pretty big for a gift, unless it's a huge gift. Have to be pretty big there. All right. I'm just going to wipe off my hands because I've got glue on them. We'll grab a little wipe here. All right. So these are probably dry enough now. And we'll take the clothespins off. There. This one is kind of stuck. This one. Okay. I dropped a clothespin. I'm just grabbing it. All right. So now I'm going to take it off the template. And this is this large snowflake. I've used a large piece of 12 by 12 designer series paper. And the other one, these are 1-inch strips. And if you make the small one from a 6 by 6 inch piece of DSP, you're going to cut your strips at 1/2 of an inch. So that's the small one. I would like to try an 8 by 8. I'm guessing maybe 3/4 of an inch would be the strips. All right, so now what we're going to do, I have already created another side. So we've got 2 of these, and we're going to put these together to form our large snowflake. And the way that you do that is you take the puffy side, and they're going to go in toward each other. And we're going to put these strips inside the loops on the other side, all the way around. We're going to slide these strips in. It'll line up in a minute. So there will be 8. We got 8 strips to tuck in. So it looks like this right now. And I dropped, I seem to be dropping stuff. I just found a die that I've been missing. Oh, there it is, clothespin. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take, you can see how the strips go across through the loops in the snowflake. I'm going to take this, we'll start with this one, and you want to line your tip up in the middle of that strip. So, and I'm just going to put a piece or a dot of glue there, and I'm going to hold that on there. And again, I'm going to use a clothespin, and we're going to go all the way around and do this. So I'm putting my glue in the center of my loop, and I want to turn this over and make sure the point is lined up in the center there, like that. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over so I can see it here. And usually your strips stay pretty straight. Line that point up like that. I think these clothespins were in a kit. I think there was a rustic Christmas, like a Advent wreath or something, and I grabbed them out of there. All right, so this is going to go here. Star. You mean, are you call it a star? You could call it a star or a snowflake. I call it a snowflake, but I guess it is looks like a star. Is that what you meant, Lisa? All right, and we're going to add a little glue here. Okay, and I'm just taking the clip off the other ones that are dry now. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to bump my phone. Oh, star die. Okay, I see what you mean. No, I never found it. This is a different die. Just found. I think that one dropped in the garbage or got eaten by the vacuum cleaner. Yeah, it's so blustery here today. Windy with snow, and I know Lisa in Ontario, they had beautiful blue skies, but it looked pretty chilly. Lots of winter right now, and it's technically not even winter. Okay, what do we lack here? We lack this one. Nope, that's done. That's done. That's done. I think they're all done. All right, so I'm going to take these off. And now all we're going to do is snip off the ends with scissors. And you just want to cut them along the edge of your paper, your DSP, like that. I am a lefty. thought I'd hang these in my studio. And they're really, this paper is nice just for winter time or holiday, but it's really pretty just for winter. I'm pretty good on Christmas, being ready for Christmas, but I'm working on Christmas cards. Hope to get them out the beginning of next week. Had a day at home today. Some days it just seems like it's been really busy with errands and running, and it's nice to be home. I have enough Stampin' Up! Business stuff that needs to be done. And one more here. I'm picking up little loose pieces. I'm usually on Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch me then for a free class. All right, so here's our basic snowflake. We have it done, and it's pretty. I like it. Very pretty. All right, so I'm going to show you, we'll cover the center of this. First, let's put our loop of trim, silver trim in it, and I'm just punching a hole in one of the ends. And I have some silver trim. I don't think this is in stock anymore. I'm going to take probably about 10 inches. And cut that off. And we'll run it through our hole here and just tie a knot in one of the ends. Yeah, I searched online in the online store to see if this was still current. It isn't. It could be in the last chance, but it comes in gold and silver. And I really like it. Gold would be really pretty with this paper too. Okay, so I've done the centers on each one of these a little bit differently. This one, we're gonna do first we're gonna add our die cut circles. And I have two from the Stylish Shapes dies. I'm gonna add they're basic white. And I'm adding them on with just liquid glue to the center of the front and the back. And once you get that on there so it's sticking, I flip it over and just take your bone folder or something else that's straight, just kind of rub it around because there's kind of a little indent right there. And then we'll do this side. And I'll show you the centers I did on the other two when we're done with this one. This needs to come down a little bit. And turn that over. Rub that a little bit. All right, so I'm calling this the front, but it doesn't really matter what you call the front, what you call the back. They're both going to be the same. And we're going to emboss snowflake with white on white. So I'm going to bring this scrap in. I have my basic white cardstock. I'm going to take my embossing buddy and run that on there. I'm going to stamp my snowflake up with Versamark ink. This is the large snowflake in this set, and this is a Delicate Pines. And I had my Stampin' Piercing mat. Here it is. I'm going to stamp this on this mat just to make sure I get a pretty good image. You guys probably know with your photopolymer stamps, you want to stamp on a cushion to get the best image possible. All right. And then I'm going to move this out. We'll put this there. Bring our little tray in here. This is a great tool if you guys don't have this tray. It's really nice for embossing powder because you can sprinkle your powder on right over it, and then there's a little nozzle right here. You just open when you're done and dump your powder back into your little jar. It works really nice. It comes with this and an embossing buddy. So I'm going to take this. Let's put this away before I spill it. And I've got my heat tool here. And I'm going to hold this with the tweezers because it gets pretty hot. This snowflake image is so pretty. I love to see it come alive. And there we go. It's starting to turn and get shiny. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's really pretty. Pretty, pretty. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Shaded Spruce Stampin' Blends marker. And this is the light Shaded Spruce. And I'm going to take the brush tip and I'm just going to brush over it, scribbling really, scribble over that. You can see it really brings out that beautiful snowflake image. I have a little bit on one of the branches on the end, that one that I didn't get, didn't heat enough all the way. All right, and you can be scribbled on there, literally like that. If you emboss on the Shaded Spruce, you could do that too, but I like the different tones you get with in the shading of the marker. So let me show you two that I already have done. And you want to do it on something because your back will get ink on it. So here's the 2 snowflakes I already have done. And what's nice is that you can come back in with your marker and just color in, give it more color on the ends or wherever you want. This one seems to be a little darker than this one here. Merci, thank you. Okay, so I want these, my ends here just a little darker. So you can come back in with your Stampin' Buns marker and just go over that like that. I love shaded spruce. It's so pretty. And it goes with a lot of colors, really. Pool Party and Lost Lagoon. Even the new, like, Summer Splash. Well, it's not really new, but... Alright, so we're going to put these on the center of our snowflake. Bring that back in here. And I'm going to add dimensionals to the back of them. Oh, where did I put my dimensionals? Here we go. Here's an old sheet. Okay, so we'll go across it like this, and then that way, that there. I will be sharing another project tomorrow. I'm not sure what time I'll be going on, but I have another project to use up designer series paper. All right, so we've got our point going that way. Let's layer our snowflake on like this. I'm just going to push those dimensionals down. And we need a gem in the center there. I do love these gems. Faceted snowflakes. Let's go with the pretty peacock one. We'll add it right in the center. The silver would be pretty too, so isn't that pretty? All right, let's turn it over and add our other snowflake to the back here. We'll add dimensionals. I'm using up my sheet of dimensionals here. I like because that they're easy to tear off, basically. Okay. And I want to put something there because it's kind of sticking up. Okay. And we'll take the backing off each of them. Hi, Margaret. How are things in Dansville? Okay. All right, so I'm bringing our snowflake back in. And let's add our little center. Okay, so there is one of our snowflakes done. And I'll show you the centers on the other ones. We got that one. This one I really liked. I did it the same way. I wasn't super happy about all the green on the snowflake, but I thought, well, I'm gonna we're gonna make even more green, and we'll go with, I embossed this with silver and use the silver faceted gem in the middle there. So that's that one, silver in the background. And this is all with the Delicate Pines Snowflake DSP. This one is just a white snowflake with a silver circle in the background, and with a pretty emphasis on pretty peacock colors. So this one is emphasis on the old olive, and this one is with the shaded spruce. So I'm glad you caught me, Margaret. So you guys, thanks for joining me. Get your designer series paper out and make some snowflakes. I'd love to see them too if you want to share them. So, hey, you guys take care, stay warm, and enjoy your day today. And I'll be on sometime tomorrow. I'm just not sure when yet. So, take care. I'm going to scoot now. Bye.